Alright, let's check out the equations for a circle. The general form of an equation for a circle is x squared plus y squared equals r squared. X squared plus y squared equals the radius of the circle squared. Now, if that looks like the Pythagorean theorem to you, you are right, because check it out. Um, say like we have a point right there. Uh, x, y, radius, right triangle. Okay, so that's where it comes from. So that's the general form. X squared plus y squared equals the radius squared. So the only thing that'll change for a circle to circle will be the radius. So if the radius is 4, you know, that'll be 4 squared or 16. So x squared plus y squared equals 16 would be the general form of an equation for a circle with a radius of 4 if that circle is centered on the origin. But if it's not centered on the origin, you have to shift it over. And that's where the standard form for the equation of a circle comes in. X minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals the radius squared, right? All you're doing is shifting the center of the circle to the point hk, right? So here, that's what happened with this circle over here. Here's the origin, um, but the circle's not there, or the center's not there. The center is at the point 1, 2. So h is 1, k is 2. So we could write an equation for this circle, actually, that's showing up here. All right, so we've got, so we're taking x, but we have to shift it over by 1. And so it's minus 1. So x minus 1 squared, so that shifts it over to the right 1, plus y squared, but we've got to shift the y a little bit. So we say y minus 2, and that shifts it up 2. Now if the minus and up is confusing, you can look into that. Equals the radius squared. So what's the radius of the circle? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 units. So the radius squared would then be 36. So that would be the standard form equation for this particular circle. So really, general form, x squared plus y squared equals the radius squared, which looks very similar to the Pythagorean theorem. And then if it's not centered on the origin of the coordinate plane, then you have to shift it to the, so the center, it's called the coordinates of the center, hk. Shift x by h and y by k. So, then you shift it up. So these really are kind of the same thing, except there's that little shift. So this particular circle here would be x minus 1 squared plus y minus 2 squared equals 36. Now, if it were centered on the origin, the equation for it would be x squared plus y squared equals 36. But it's not, hence we had to shift it. Alright, so that's the general form and standard form equation for a circle.